psychologist working with people who are experiencing extreme pain. One of the things that I have understood about my role as an African psychologist is that I have felt like my cosmic mandate has been to learn to love all people, and to learn to love all people as I love myself. And I've learned to love myself as an African person. I met Na'im Akbar about 55 years ago. I heard him speaking, and I went up to him and I started to talk with him, and it felt like he could read not my mind, but my spirit. And the amazing thing was that he allowed me to read his spirit as well. And so we developed a relationship that has been going on for over 50 years. And so I'm always inspired when I feel the presence. There's some kind of presence that I feel. And when you speak, I know that you're speaking from an African perspective, and I can feel that, and I appreciate that. It's something that causes me to feel gratitude to you for going to the place that I know that you have to go in order for me to feel the way I'm feeling. And so I'm deeply grateful to you for this gift that you have given me. But one of the things that the question that I really have is, given that my cosmic mandate, as I see it, has been to learn to love all people, including white people, some of the things that white people do challenges me to love them. I heard recently that when the Africans were brought to the shore, the heads of the women were covered so that the men who were chosen could have sex with them to impregnate them without knowing whether or not it was your sister or your mother. Things like that seem inhumane to me, and I'm curious how you deal with the pain that you have to experience when you're working with people who have engaged in behaviors which seem inhuman. It still feels like our task as African people is to learn to incorporate something about white people that allows us to not be disturbed by their presence. We have to find a way to love them, to see them as human, in spite of what they do. We have to find a way. The question is, where do you go to do that? What part of yourself do you go to incorporate the meaning of whiteness into yourself in a way that you are not disturbed by them? So if you could help me with that, because for me it's a constant struggle. Yeah. But if you can help me understand what you do, how you do that, I would appreciate it.
So I'm going to pass the mic, but I, from my own personal experience, I think it would be inhumane for me to expect myself to accommodate and love white people. So in my own humanness and in my own love for myself, I respectfully separate any desire or love or obligation or commitment or expectation that I have to and from white people.
First of all, thank you for your profound statement about feeling. That's something that I have never considered before, and I appreciate you for bringing that to my awareness and my consciousness. Whiteness.
Go ahead. Breathe.
Listen, you gotta breathe. First of all, we are not tasked to love whiteness. Because what we know as scholars is that whiteness was an invention.
Fabrication. Yes.
So the idea of whiteness was invented for the sole purpose of oppression.
Mm-hmm.
So none of us have the universal mandate to love whiteness as an institution that was created for the purpose of oppression. That's number one. So you can knock that off your table. Number two, I think that because African people are the default humans, then we are tasked with seeing the humanity in other people and extending love. But I think when we think about love, because most of us are grounded in the church, we think about the wrong kind of love. And so when I think about what it means to love people of European descent, what I am clear about is that we all know what it means to love somebody who is toxic, but not deal with them because they are harmful. We know what it means to love somebody who is harmful to us, but not be in relationship to them because they don't have themselves together. That is a practical approach to dealing with seeing the humanity in European descended people. We have to look at them and see the track record for the behavior and understand that there is a sickness and that there is a problem there, but that does not mean we have to invite them into, nor should we invite them into our spaces, our sacred spaces, our families, our homes, until they are working actively to disband the structures that whiteness is propped up and is propping up. And for me, that's the full stop.
I want to add to that very briefly that we should not extend to anyone these types of benefits or acceptance that we don't even extend to ourselves. There has to be justice at all points, right? So when we talk about environmental racism, the solution to that is environmental justice. Climate justice is what we want. And we shouldn't put any particular group in their needs and whatever issues that they have. It should not come above the collective, and it should not come above justice. And I think that's how, if you wanted to manifest your love for all humans, it will be in that commitment to justice for everyone on the planet.
Baba Bill.